Let's showcase your product in a creative way by animating a background. For this, I'll be using both the Procreate Dreams app as well as Procreate. In Procreate Dreams, we have the HG Social at 12 frames per second and 3 seconds duration. And in Procreate, we have file size 1080 pixels by 1920 pixels. Import your photo into Procreate, and you can do this by going to your photo gallery and isolating your photo from your background by pressing and holding on the image. When you see this glow line appear, press and drag your photo into Procreate. Now that we are in Procreate, you can clean up and make the necessary adjustments to your photo. I have already done this. Now you want to hide your photo layer, add a new layer, choose a color of your choice, and I'm going to pick the brush Spicule from the abstract library. Now I'm going to enlarge my brush size to 100%, and I'm going to randomly tap on the screen to create some abstract lines on my background. At this point, you can tap until you're satisfied with your background. Next, we'll add a new layer, and I will be filling in the back with the colors of my choice. I will color pick from my product first just to keep it coordinated. So I'm starting off with the orange and using the monoline brush from the calligraphy section. I will color in random spaces using my abstract lines as a guideline. And the reason why I'm doing this in Procreate, I prefer the straight lines as opposed to the jagged edges over on Procreate Dreams, as well as when I color drop, that line that remains in Procreate Dreams drives me up a wall. So I prefer to do this in Procreate and get that clean finish, and then transfer these layers over to Procreate Dreams. So I'm going to randomly fill these spaces with colors, remembering to put each color on a separate layer. I will now rearrange my layers exactly how I want it to be before I transfer this file over to Procreate Dreams. So as you can see, I'm alternating the colors. I will use the split screen option, go out into my gallery in Procreate, and I'm going to press and hold and drag the file over to import it into Procreate Dreams. When it arrives in Procreate Dreams, I will press and hold and convert layers to tracks. Open your group layer, and we're going to begin by working on the product itself. So I will resize this, and using the perform option, I will create a small circular action to mimic the item floating in mid-air. I will replay this to make sure I am satisfied with how it looks, and you can redo this according to your taste. So I'm satisfied with this, so I will move on. Then notice that my bar looks a little funny right there. So I'm going to go onto this layer, open the drawing mode, add a new layer and drag it below my purse, and I'm going to add a little black outline on the side there just to give my purse a bit of body. When I took this photo, because of the angle I took the photo, it kind of makes there look a bit off. So I'm just drawing in a line just to give the bag some meat on the side there. I think that looks a little bit better than having this sharp edge on the side. Right, so after finishing that off, I will double check to make sure it looks okay. Alright, so that's perfect. Now that I'm finished with that purse layer, I will hide that layer, and now we're going to work on the background. So I'm going to uncheck all the colors so that I won't confuse myself. And we uncheck it by clicking the little box next to each layer name. And I will work on one color at a time. So scrolling up, I will start on that black portion that is there. Then you want to drag the playhead to the 4th frame, click on it, click edit, and click split. Now the idea is to get the flashing colors, so we deselect this portion that is highlighted. We go to the next layer beneath it, the yellow layer. At the same point, you click on the playhead, edit, and split, and we delete the previous part. Now we go into the 8th frame, click on it, click split, and we deselect this highlighted portion, and we go to the next frame below the blue. We click on that part right below, we split the previous yellow. We delete this front there as shown, jump another 4 frames, and we split the track. And I will be doing that for all the colors. So we go below, and the reason why I'm doing it every 4 tracks, because I want a nice timing to the flashing. I don't want it to be blinking too fast where it's hurting your eyes. So I want a nice steady pace to the flashing that is happening behind the photo. So I will do this for every 4 frames or so. Now I will pause at some point and play this back to make sure that it's the timing that I like. And this is perfect. It's not too fast and it's not too slow. So now that I'm satisfied with that, I will continue splitting the other colors until the end of the duration, which is about 3 seconds, yes. After you finish with that, go to your picture layer, and we're going to add a track above it, and we're going to just put in your text. And you can put anything here, whether it's coming soon, now dropped, your website, whatever it is that you want to type in here, you can go ahead and type it in. I will be putting my website. Now the black line intersecting on my website was annoying me a little bit. So I went onto the line layer, opened the drawing mode, added a layer above it, and I attempted to paint white just behind the words, but above that black line layer. And as you can see, because my background is white, it's kind of hard to know where I'm painting. So I decided to go to the layer below this black line and add a track, and I dropped a random color in the frame there just to see what I was doing. And as you can see, it's a bit jagged, so I decided to clean it up. After I was finished cleaning it up, I deleted that random yellow layer, and I could have done a normal rectangle in Procreate and drag it over, but I didn't feel like doing that. Right, so after I was completed with this, I exported by tapping on those little boxes next to the Dream 3, and I saved it as a video and exported that to my photo gallery. And there you have it, a fun and creative way to showcase your product instead of just posting a photo. So have fun creating and see how many designs you can come up with. Bye and see you in the next video.